I'm not here to tell you to quit your job. I'm not here to tell you to stop going to school. I'm not here to persuade you to do anything but to choose yourself. Hello you guys, it is me, Bella G. You're watching Bella G Beauty, and today we're having a very well needed conversation. Some things are just needed to be talked about. So I'm here to honestly and truly come to you as real and as true as I can. Where have I been? Good question. I have answers. I just want to catch you guys up. I'm 22 years old. I'm a marketing student in college. I sell jewelry. You guys may know me as Miss Gautier on Instagram, which is very much still valid because that is me. It is my personal brand, is Miss Gautier. And I am the owner of Shop Gautier, as most of you guys know. But I also started out in the beauty business. I started out as a licensed esthetician, which I currently still hold an active license, and I do it as my day job. Going from 18 to 22 has been a roller coaster of a ride, but I've been growing and I've been just trying to figure it out, just like the rest of us. You know, I started out my YouTube channel giving out high school advice, and now it's just like I'm so far from it, I can't even give you high school advice. There's so much we need to touch on. There's so much we need to talk about because we are living through times. Do you guys know that I was class of 2021? You know what that means? I graduated with a mask on from a school no one knew me at. I walked across the stage and it was giving, did she even go here? We're like the forgotten class. Where are we now? What are we doing? How's life? We're living in unprecedented times. Everything is mad expensive, and I have to figure out how to be an adult. In this economy, why of all the people born on the planet, why of all the people of all the generations, Bella G gotta become an adult in this economy? I'm going to look at the brighter side and say it is because I am chosen, okay? Although I don't have high school advice, I have a story about choosing myself. My favorite word for 2025 is tenacity. So what is tenacity? Tenacity, the quality or fact of being very determined, determination. You have to admire the tenacity of these two guys. The quality or fact of continuing to exist, persistence. Why do I say in 2025 my word of the year is tenacity? Y'all know who is president. Y'all see them prices going up and y'all see them tariffs, because no matter what, you guys, I am going to achieve my goals and my aspirations. I'm very purpose driven, and I feel like every particle in my body was made for purpose. I am so purpose driven that I have no doubt that I will be absolutely successful in this life because God put me here for a purpose, and that is what I'm grateful for. That is a story, that is a testimony that I have all the excitement to share. I want to come back here, share with you guys my story, and keep sharing with you guys my journey, as this life has been quite a journey. Stay tuned. Let's talk about how I am choosing my dreams over plan B. This is a cute little story. I tell everybody about this. I always say that when I get invited to a podcast, I'm going to tell everyone about this. When I graduated, you guys, I told my mom I'd go to school for marketing, and I went all the way and started the whole process of going to school. But then something in me just said, no, let's go to esthetician school instead. While I was signing up for college, I was Googling the best esthetician school I could find. I found out about Paul Mitchell. I told my mom, hey, let me do this for 2 years. Let me go get an esthetician license. If you guys know anything about me, I am a first generation Cuban Haitian for this holleration. So me doing anything untraditional, Bella G doesn't want to go to college, and her mom just came from another country, got a master's degree in social work. She don't want to do nothing with college. I am not the biggest college advocate, as we are living in unprecedented times. I chose the untraditional route, right? I signed up for the best esthetician school that I could find in LA. For me, that was Paul Mitchell School in Pasadena. Little did I know that was the worst choice I ever made. I was not initially interested in doing facials, but I did love makeup. I loved making beauty videos. As you guys know the name, Bella G Beauty. So I said, okay, so I do know how to do makeup. I'll just sign up for school, start, get a certification in it, although I don't need it. I love the fact that I could potentially start my own studio. I love the fact that I could potentially just completely, own my own. Also, I want to say, I'm not here to tell you to quit your job. I'm not here to tell you to stop going to school. I'm not here to persuade you to do anything but to choose yourself, and all I can do is share me and my testimony. Okay? I started doing facials. I grew an interest for it, right? I said, okay, this is peaceful. This is not high stress. This is not gonna stress me out. That's something that's very important. So when it came to esthetician school, I would go to esthetician school every single day, you guys, on a dime. I would wake up at 5 a.m., get ready for school. My school started at 7. From 5:30 to 6:30, I was out there doing Instacart to put gas in my car so I can drive from the middle of LA to Pasadena. And then I'd leave school early, do the same thing so I could get from Pasadena back to the middle of LA. Try to work a job, but it's just so hard balancing going from Sephora to school to work and not having any money. That was the problem, like not having any money. Do you know what it's like being a student? Like you don't have any time to really go to work. Here's the truth, you guys. I didn't love doing facials. I loved the business part. The facials just grew on me. I did my 600 hours, but every day I clocked into my 600 hours, I would record my facials. I would go home, record makeup videos. I would batch create content and just post it. I would be doing all this branding and marketing while I was in esthetician school. But it was the brand building that really lit me up. I had set up a whole brand for myself while I was in school on estheticianing. Truth is, I did not want to be the best esthetician in the world. The independence, the idea of independence after esthetician school lit me up. Serving clients / serving my soul. After I got my license, you guys, I quickly learned how estheticianing in LA works, especially as a Black woman. Med spas do not want to work with us. I started to see the overhead expenses. I'm starting to see, I can't really be a boss yet. I was a little bit disappointed, but I was excited to get my first client, see how it was gonna go. I met my first esthetician and she hired me as an independent contractor, but it was just way too much experimenting for me. I was like, this is so unstable. It's not fueling me. And then I got into servicing clients and doing makeup. There was just a lot going on, a lot of experimenting going on. Going through this esthetician process made me realize that being micromanaged at spas, being undereducated at spas, just going all up and through the esthetician thing, spending an hour with someone who was snooty from the start that you met them to the end. Who wants to? Los Angeles clients are not for the weak. Snooty and bougie it just made me realize I'm not made to be bossed around. I honestly hate it. Helping other people achieve their dreams and not getting my cut, trading all of my time for money and being drained, not able to work on my goals, my aspirations in life, it's not for me. It doesn't make my hands itch to work. When I'm working on my passion, when I'm working on my business, when I'm working 8-hour photo shoot days, when I'm sitting here at 2 a.m. still typing to ChatGPT, how are we gonna make this happen? I'm not tired. I'm not drained. My creativity is flowing through my blood and veins. I was born to do this. This is my purpose. And I'm in that esthetician room, y'all. I'm just ain't no motherfucking way. What did I walk into? I'm not the one to be bossed around. I want to have some type of control over how much money I earn, how much time I work, when I work, who I serve. And I just, honestly, in the end, I just wanted my own. I'm not gonna let y'all be in control of my money. We keep on building y'all stuff up, getting knocked down, getting drained, getting torn apart. And y'all just keep on taking and taking and taking and taking. And we keep on giving and giving and giving because we're in scarcity. We're in that scarcity mindset. I don't think I can keep being scarce Why am I being scarce to help you fuel your dreams? Serving these snooty and bougie people, it's not my forte, and it's not my love, it's not my passion. I don't know what I've gotten myself into. In the process of getting hired and fired, you guys, I created my own brand. This is one of my prototypes. This is not the best. This is a sample that failed, honestly, but I love to show you guys when I try and when I fail. I love to show you guys when I'm doing good and when I'm doing bad, because I don't fail. I never fold. I got a lot of, but I never fail, because I can only learn from things that didn't go right. I can only learn and I can only do so much better, right? But this is just one of my samples that failed. This was supposed to be a purse that looks like this one. But honestly, I'm proud that it failed. I'm proud that I was able to make something of my own come to life. So I know I'm not too far from the actual final product, but this right here is given made in China. We're not gonna talk too bad about them, but let's talk about the real Gaultier brand. My brand is rooted in who I am, who I've grown to be, everything a woman should aspire to embody. I had to find myself, and that made me read Proverbs 31:10. It made me realize my worth, that I'm worth more than jewels. Who's to find a virtuous woman, for she is worth more than diamonds and jewels. It was the start of my self-discovery. Who is Miss Gaultier? Who is Annabella Gaultier? It helped me discover exactly who I am and who I'm trying to be, who I'm going to be, and where I'm at in my life. I created my brand when I was 20. I wanted to have something to stand for. I wanted to find myself. So I started the business on my own. I was like, I don't need y'all to be in control of how much money I make, and I don't need you to be in control of how happy I feel. You know, something I read in a book is, at our childbearing age, if you're not ready to have a child yet, you need to have a brainchild. What can you create? What can you nurture to life right now? Don't even think about the money, because if it's rooted in your purpose, God will fund it. Y'all don't know how many times I done prayed to the Lord and he funded it. I ask no questions about where the money comes from. If it is your divine purpose, God will fund it. It is his wallet, not yours. It's his purpose that he put into you. Something I love learning about God is how creative he was. And of course, look at how beautiful the world is. Animals, look at people, look at art. God was a creative God, and he definitely blesses those with the creative gifts, and he gave many of us creative gifts. So for you to think you're supposed to throw away your creativity and just go to college and just let that itch the back of your brain like you crazy is insane to me. From 18 to 22, I was self-discovering. I was soul searching. I was trying to pray and seek and read in the Bible to see, who was I here to be? Why did God put me here? What is my purpose on this earth? Because I have nothing to stand for and I'm 20 years old. My biggest fear in life is it's not to fail, but to not accomplish anything. Like, I have no desires, no goals. My biggest fear in life is to move with no purpose, to move with no drive, move with no intention. What are you doing? My mom always told me from the dawn of time, if you don't know what you're doing, you should stop. Move with a purpose. And if you all are Army kids, you know what that means. Move with a purpose. I don't walk slow. I walk quickly. Move with a purpose. I don't do things with no intention. Purpose. I want to be here to do exactly what God put me here to do. I want him to use my whole body and my whole life as his vessel for his message. His anyways. It was never mine. If you don't know what you're doing, call on him. I don't know how you're gonna get to where you're going without him. If you think that I'm here to tell you that you can do that without, it don't even work like that. What do you think he put you here for? I cannot tell you that. Just like I'm not going to tell you to quit your job. I'm not going to tell you to stop going to school. You have to do what you have to do to get to where you're going. But if you don't think that you have to know Jesus, if you don't think that you have to know God to get to where you're going, go ahead and log off this video for me. Yeah, my mom told me at the beginning of last year, she sat my whole family down and she was like, guys, I'm moving to South Korea. If you guys want to know how dramatic that was for me, please just watch my earlier videos. There is a vlog about it already. South Korea, guys. And I'm an Army kid, so that's just the story of my life. It's just like, we put our boots down, we got to pick them back up. I didn't even decorate my apartment because I have that trauma. I'm gonna have to move in a couple months anyways. Now, my mom's moving to South Korea and I just started building my life. I was only 21 at the time, barely even. I was like, I'm not going and I'm not gonna ask no questions about it. I'm just gonna figure it out. So now we get to why I really went back to school. Going back to school, you guys, was a hard decision. And honestly, I didn't go back to school because I want a degree. And I'll tell anybody, I don't give a about a degree. Like, I know back in the day that was the way, but honestly, I'm not chasing a degree. I'm not chasing to break into corporate America and become the best marketeer in the world, you guys. But like I said, I had to make a decision. Like, my mom's moving to South Korea. I'm 21 years old. I've never lived on my own. What am I gonna do? See? So I chose to go back to school. My mom told me if I go back to school, there will be a stipend. There will be financial aid. And there will be a free 2-year program of free tuition. Now all I have to do is cover my other half and go to work full-time. Go to work part-time even. Go back to school or go move to South Korea. I decided to go back to school, you guys, and I picked up a full-time esthetician job. Everything was just falling into place at that time in my life. And that's why I'm saying, don't think that you're gonna get anywhere without him. Don't think that you're gonna go anywhere in your life without him. Because he done made a way when I didn't think there was a way. He done put the money in my pocket when I didn't have it. I can't even tell you guys, that's what faith is all about. But honestly, in these days, in my times, I'm willing to leave the 99 for the 1. Because he done came to the highest mountain. He done came to the lowest low to pick me back up, to reroute me, to show me the golden path. He always kept me on my yellow brick road. That's why I'm always gonna keep faith and keep my heart posture towards God, because he always does the unthinkable, the unexplainable. It's like my faith go crazy because I cannot explain to you what he done for me. I don't do anything in this world without him, y'all. Just good luck. So I decided, you know what, F it. I want an apartment. I've been asking since 18 years old. I was like, I need to have my own apartment. I need to have myself together. I need to be grown out here because by 20 this, I need to be 20 that in my bank account. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, you know what? I want to swim with the sharks. I want to get in there. I want to make that big girl coin. You know what I'm saying? So I decided I will go to school. So I'm now currently a year and a half deep into community college, online school. You ain't gonna see me unless it's on Zoom. I am getting an education so that I can pay my bills. Now, if there's no more money attached, they will not see Bella G. Got a family to feed, They depending on me. What? Yeah, that might sound a little vague, like, you don't care about college education? You don't care about college? College did this for me. They're laying off people with PhDs at Google. It's not about the master's degree these days. It's not about the PhD. It's not about the license. You think you're gonna get a degree and just go hop into the field and you're safe and you're secure? They're replacing it by the day with these little AI bots. We're getting constantly replaced. Do you have a skill that can never be replaced by a robot? What do you have as an asset to yourself that you created, that you birthed into life? Do you have a college degree? Or do you have skills? Do you have assets? Important questions to ask yourself, especially in this economy. Investing into myself, investing into skills that no one can take away from me, that no one could put a price tag on other than myself, is just one of my biggest passions that I've had. When you're chosen, you're gonna have to go through the mud. You're gonna have to run so others can walk. Why am I in school chasing a 4-year degree and y'all ain't teaching me a single life skill? The only reason I know about finances, budgeting, investing, CDs is because of my mom. I mean, she's given us credit cards and debit cards since we're 16. Throughout the month, you feed your siblings, you put food on the table, you go buy groceries, you stretch it. You learn how to budget your money. And from then I became a big saver. From then I started reading books about finances. I want to be a great steward of all the money that he's going to bless me with, to advance my education on financial literacy. If God's gonna give me one chance to do something, I'm gonna want to do that shit with my 100%. And if he's gonna give me a rain of money, I want to steward it very well. That moves me on to the next thing. Let's talk about parents who don't get it. Moms just are concerned. They love you. They want you to be successful. And what they think we have to do to be successful is to go to college, get that job, work that job, and then use that job to fund your passion. But that's after the fact. God put that purpose in you, in your soul, when He made you. He didn't give that purpose to your parents. And something that really hit me when I was watching Forever is that his mom didn't understand his purpose. She only saw his interest that was gonna get him the opportunity to go to college full ride. But his purpose, which will pay way more than it ever will, with him being confused in college and doing all this experimenting on scholarship that's going to end, is producing. He can go follow his dreams to become a producer, live in his purpose, and make way more money, a surplus of money than he ever will going to that little college, getting that little degree. But she's not understanding because it's not the safe route. My mom doesn't understand that, a first generation child, okay? Following a passion that is artistically driven means you're going to be misunderstood. That's where I'm here to be your friend. That's where you can come watch my videos at. That's where you can comment down below on my videos and be like, what did you do when you felt misunderstood? Because being misunderstood is part of the process, y'all. Jesus died on the cross because he was misunderstood by many. That's what happens when you choose your purpose. God gave you your purpose. He didn't give it to everyone else to understand. That's why another thing I don't understand is jealousy. How could you be jealous when God gave everybody their own unique purposes? Our parents want us to choose that safetyness, the safety predictability. God does not give your parents your purpose. It's up to you to find it. That's the fun of life. What's my purpose? How fast can I find out what my purpose is and achieve it? You want it now because you already have it. You wanted it before so strongly, so profoundly, so boldly because you already have it. That's the energy I have about life. These things are gonna work out. It's going to work out. My hands are itching to do the work for me to become successful, but only because I'm already successful. The moral of the story here right now is scarcity mindsets do not build dreams. If you're gonna be scarce, that means you don't have faith. And all you have to do is have the faith the size of a mustard seed, girl. You know how big that is? Very small, very little, very minuscule. If that's not something you're willing to do, you're scarce. If you just want to be comfortable, you want to do the comfortable thing, you want to do that thing that makes your parents happy and not you happy, then do it. It's going to get you stressed out and bald by 25. I just can't imagine that kind of life for myself, you guys. I'm here to encourage you every step of your way if you're going this route. We walk through the valley of the shadow of death sometimes, y'all. You gotta keep faith, even if your faith becomes as small as the size of a mustard seed. Sometimes you gotta go up and through there. He's gonna bring the people that you need. He's gonna take away the people that you don't. He's gonna give you the tools you need, the money, the finances, all of it. He's going to provide, especially if you keep in faith. Yeah, I can't stress enough. Y'all not gonna get nowhere without Jesus. I can't. To sell my time, my energy, and my peace for someone else's goals, y'all, I'm done. Because from here on out, I'm clocking into me. Clocking into Gautier. I'm clocking into God, okay? Prayer without works is dead for sure. So don't just think you gotta do bare minimum. Like, you do gotta put the work in it. You are gonna go through the mud, but to choose him instead of the 99, I promise you the blessings are gonna rain. I'm giving myself all the permission to show up as I am, quirks and all, because I'm the only one who can truly carry out my vision. With that being said, welcome back, Bella G. This time I promise to show up as the real me, the raw me. I gotta be exactly who I am to fulfill my purpose, and I hope that inspires you to be exactly who you are to fulfill your own purpose. You guys, that is Bella G.